Ben, I want to talk a little bit about solar. When it's this, and when it's this hot and there's this much sunshine, Vegas is the perfect place to have solar, by the way.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
I mean, I have a solar system. I think I've talked
So
about
do
that
I, yeah.
before. It's so worth it in terms of the money it's saving me. But there's different ways to do it, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about buying an installed system versus install. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so many houses have it now. You might be looking to buy a house in the resale market, and there's a good chance that the house might have solar on the roof. So I'm sure you as an agents, they know about researching to find out, is it owned, is it leased, all the finances of the situation.
Right.
So I don't really go into that part of it, but
Okay.
what I do, especially as part of inspection, is we want to look at the system.
Right.
So we want to look, how's the system been installed? Has there maybe been any roof problems related to the system? Is there any damage to the system? Oh yes, golf balls will damage solar panels, we found out.
How about that? Yeah.
So depending on where you're located.
Is it the golf ball or the bad golfer?
Well,
I just want to know.
hate the golfer, not the golf ball. So
There you go.
Those are questions you're going to want to get answers to. So in most cases, an owned system is most ideal, obviously, especially
Clearly.
for somebody obtaining a home that has it already installed.
As your realtor, I'm going to recommend own. Terrific.
Yeah, that's the best deal. So you're going to get a couple things out of that. You're going to get a company that's administering the system. So you're going to get some information from them. You're probably going to get an app on your phone that you can monitor the production, and
Yep.
you're going to get feedback from NV Energy and all these things. There should be some production history out there too. How's the system been producing? Sometimes that's broken down by the individual panels. How are the individual panels producing compared to each other?
Some systems have it, some
Yep,
don't.
Yep. So depending on the sophistication and how new it is. And then warranty. So there's some parts of that, and then you're probably going to want to add it to your homeowner's insurance too, because there's parts of that system that the homeowner's insurance covers.
Yep.
There's parts of that system that the equipment warranty covers. So the component that seems to fail the most is the inverter in these systems.
Yep.
So it seems like every few years, for whatever reason, you end up having to replace an inverter. So you want to have warranty coverage, equipment warranty, especially on the inverter. And then know who to call and who to contact with that, and that all applies if you're buying a home with the solar already on there.
Yeah, and I had my system installed by a company that's no longer in business, but I have another company now that helps me with maintenance and service whenever I need it.
Right.
And I put it under basically a service policy. So if ever I have an issue with it, they come out, they take care of it, and they address it for me. But I've also heard, and I want to hear your perspective on this. I've heard two different versions of this: cleaning them.
Yeah.
One person said, "Yeah, don't ever do it. Just leave them alone. They're fine. Don't mess with them." Others have said, "No, you need to clean them periodically." So have you had any feedback on that, Ben?
In most situations, they're pretty fine on their own,
Right.
Because it rains and they get washed,
Right, yeah.
occasionally, right? But the problem with these things is birds.
Yeah.
So here, if you have a system that's been recently installed, you have to know this from day one. And your solar company's probably not going to bring it up and may not even mention it to you, is that you need to have bird guards.
Yeah.
And that's the mesh or wire that goes around the edge of the panels. If you don't have that, the birds will take the opportunity, move in under the panels.
They're gonna
Now
roost
you
there,
have,
yeah.
You have nesting material and bird waste and all that.
Yep.
In addition to that, even if you have the bird guards, you want to monitor what's going on, because we've seen some houses that have the bird guards, but the birds will figure out a way to get around.
Yeah, they're
them.
liking it. It's just like it's like, oh, my home has walls.
Yeah, door. We'll get in here.
They have a roof.
Yeah.